Since he's taking time, I'm going to do the same.
Fair enough. All right. The other upside to this, I found out I get a signing bonus.
Ooh, nice.
Yep, $1,500 over 3 months. So the first of every month, after 30 days of working there, $500.
That's enough to build a new PC.
Yeah, by a lot.
Oh, and
It's enough to do a lot of stuff.
for anybody who's watching the stream or watching it via whatever the fuck on YouTube, I forgot what the term is. We can thank our resident warlock turned sorcerer Nyx, aka Busty, here for the really really cool hand drawn art.
Yep.
I'm back.
Oh God, go away again, please. Not you.
Oh, I'm not ready for this.
No. Fuck you.
This is gonna be an interesting episode.
Let's kill some shit. And die in the process.
Well, it all sort of depends on what you guys do next. You know, kind of how D&D works. To be fair.
All right, I guess here we go.
Sure. Well, let's wait for Thunder. He's stepping away for a second. We'll give him.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay, so the party currently has a mostly dead, well, no, very dead Ta. And Nyx is an elephant trying to squeeze through the hallway as best she can. You guys just took out a Nelfishne in your endeavor to prison break. But from there, it's really up to you. You guys, for a little bit of a refresher, there were those runes behind you. So over here that you guys studied, and there was another set over here that seemed to almost be like a one-way door. Once you go past it, you can't return. So you moved through the hallway up to a sort of T-junction, and through whatever means, recognize that there were other people to the left, but that would mean you would likely have to do another loop. And to the right seemed to be the way out, as far as you could
And
tell.
I believe we decided to go to the left already.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, so you start charging down that way in general. So, with that being said, man, this is being stupid. Come on, just give me the thing that I wanted, please.
No.
20. Okay, so, how would you guys like to proceed?
I
Quietly
would.
or
I would
not?
first like to turn around to Nyx and just say, "It seems we've been doing a lot of prison breaks."
Not untrue.
This
But-
is true.
I don't. I think we're just gonna go loud because they know that shit's gone down.
Well, I mean, yeah, we basically got made at this point, right?
We have an elephant in the party currently. There's no such thing as going quiet now.
No, and our fight was definitely not quiet.
Yeah, guard goes missing. Captain of the guard goes to investigate, and he goes missing too. I'm pretty sure we're kind of fucked. So let's go, fucking go.
Yeah, I guess next we'll be going as fast as our elephant feet can take her.
Which is not very fast, mind, because you're squeezing.
Yep, you're squeezing, so you're moving at half speed, and those behind you are having a time of it.
I'm going to get in front of Nyx, if possible, while carrying Orira, and just unlock as many doors as possible as we go by them.
You know what? Just for this, make me. It'll be easy, but make me an acrobatics check with disadvantage. This is to physically squeeze yourself through the space.
Wow.
25.
All right, so you managed to squeeze yourself through. Orira has a rough time of it, but you managed to get her through as well. So you guys are now up front. Just do a little bit of janky shit there. There we go. But as you kind of come up a little ways out, you can see what appear to be one cell and one larger room
All right.
up ahead. On the
quick-
right-hand side is the cell. It seems different, right? It's obviously sort of a cell, like structure. Instead of bars, it's metal walls, and there is a very solid metal door, with a small window, sort of cut out of it with this sort of black tinted glass that I don't know that any of you would have seen before. It almost looks like obsidian as you're looking into it. You can't really see into the room itself. Across the way, there is another door, less secure, it seems, but still, it's a heavy, thick, sort of reinforced wooden door. This is right at the end of the hallway where it sort of turns as you're facing to the left to start the loop back around. And as you guys sort of charge down, you are faced with the rooms. So at this point, if you want to keep going forward, you're going to have to do another loop. If you have a chance to turn around at this point, I'm just going to give that to you now.
I'm gonna.
Looking at the cell, and this is stuff that's within the runes, right?
Yeah. So you would have to cross the runes to get here. This seems like it's locked off for a reason.
Okay, and there is no button or anything like there was with my cell?
Not here, not that you can see.
Okay.
I'd like to cast light on like my mace and just gotta put it up against the kind of window and see if I can see in.
Okay, you cast light, and somehow you're not entirely sure how, but somehow the light that you were generating before, or sorry, you felt like you might be able to see shadows before. Now you feel like you can't see anything at all. It almost makes it darker.
Sort of look at her in my arms, just kind of shrug at her as we're running coming up to the stone or the metal cell and say, "Any ideas?"
Not really. And you can see her wincing in pain.
right.
She's
Next.
she's had a, let's just say she's had a rough go.
Mhm.
Probably isn't thinking 100% right now.
Nix, keep your speed up, and I just point at the wall that we're gonna be going past, the metal cell.
All right. Well, so there's the cell and the other door.
The other door, does it have like a window to look in as well, or is it like just a solid door?
No, the other door is just sort of a reinforced wooden door. It's pretty bog standard. You've seen plenty like it before.
I'm just gonna quickly see if I can open it up and take a peek inside, see what it is.
As he's doing that, Nix, I point over to the big metal cell. See how much you can have that thing.
We have the
okay.
key.
All right, so let me.
I wouldn't imagine the key works for this. Looks like a special cell, but we can try it.
Okay, let me do one thing here, really quickly, make my life a little bit easier.
Might have to roll a dex save. I open a door without checking for traps.
Right. Hold on. I'm just. There we go. God, that was he has to do. All right, so I'm gonna do this just to give you a rough visual of this.
No.
If I can fucking find it. Okay, I know where I'm at now. I have far too many sheets, and it's becoming a problem. Actually, let me just move this. That would be the easier way to do this because I'm. All right, there we go.
Oh.
So you guys are here. I want to just freehand in a different color. You can see a runic marker across there.
Mm-hmm.
Another one there. And then the other one was sort of down here that you saw.
Do you want us to put our tokens down?
Yep, you can put your tokens down anywhere up to that second runic marker coming in. So.
And I remember we
did
counterspelled
Eldar,
this
right?
one, or we dispel magic this one.
Yeah.
Right. No. You dispelled magic. This one here. I think.
No,
Why
I
would
think we
spell
did it
magic
after
that
we hit the intersection because we weren't going to go back
Oh,
towards
right,
ourselves.
right. My bad. Yep,
All good.
you're right. Sorry, trying to keep up with the Joneses here.
There's a lot. There's almost too many cooks.
Nah, it's not that. It's more just trying to remember every little thing that ever happens. I don't have a steel trap in mind like Thunder. All right. So you've got this here, and we'll just make Nick's fuck it. I'm gonna just leave you as large, but we know you're huge. You're squeezing.
Okay.
It makes you a lot easier to move around as needed. Okay, so and I'll just assume Taz on your back and you're carrying Aurora for now, and I just don't want to go digging tokens or to pull the tokens out for the
All
moment.
right.
I'm lazy, okay? So there's a door here and a door here. This is the smaller cell. You can see where you can actually see where this room. I'm actually going to put it like it is. It actually comes in a little bit. It's really obvious.
Okay. You said that's just a regular cell? Or...
Yep, this appears to be it's not a regular cell. It's super like it's almost like just a giant steel or
Oh, this
some
this
kind
is
of
this is
heavy
the
metal
mega cell.
box. Yeah, it's the mega cell. This seems to be a large room, and you can see similar tinted windows, sort of like those like strip, like long, thin, like solid one-piece windows that sometimes they'll have outside of a lab, so you can just sort of barely peer in or whatever. They're like a foot high and like 10 to 15 foot long. You can see that on here for this room, but it's made of that same sort of black tinted glass. So it's really hard to see inside at the moment.
Mhm.
I would like to
Alright.
attempt to smash the glass.
Yay.
Okay, which set of glass? The one on the cell or one here for this lab? Sort of.
Do either of them have a?
You can tell it's a lab because you can literally read the word lab or something to that effect on it. It's not subtle. It's actually it sort of translates. It is in Abyssal, translates to essentially workshop of the flesh.
Oh, I can't read that, so I don't know what that is.
Nope, you don't. But I know Nyx can.
Which one has more surface area of the glass? Would it be the lab?
Yeah, that's a 10-foot by like 1 foot high, long, 10-foot long window. This here is maybe like a foot by a foot, if that.
Oh, okay, yeah. So definitely go for the lab window. Okay, yeah, I want to smash that.
Okay, make me an athletics or strength check with your elephant stats. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So
Nyx finally knows
You-
what strength feels like.
all right. So you slam into this, and while the glass does not shatter, you can see spider webbing beginning to form on it. This is very, very hard glass, but you have broken it. It is just has not fallen away at this point.
I'm gonna try and open the cell and with the key. Does it fit?
Okay. That key does not fit.
Figures.
I did say, yeah. So there are two keys on that one. You try the first, try the second. Neither of them seem to fit. Make me an investigation check though, while you're sort of
22.
futzing with. Okay. Looking at the keys, you see a small notch in the bottom of one.
What?
Yeah, it's like a small hole or notch in the bottom, like around like the ring part of one of the keys.
Okay. I'm
Like, for instance, it's about maybe. I mean, these are big keys. It's about a 1/4 inch deep.
okay.
It looking over it, you can see something vaguely shiny, sort of inset. The keys are metal, but this seems a different kind of metal somehow.
You're aware these are replicas, right?
No, you took the belt, the ones off the belt, didn't you?
No,
We tried to.
Oh,
and
we
fucked up.
failed.
That's right. That's right.
Just-
Never the fuck mind then. You don't have that.
I didn't hear
Okay.
nothing.
Yep, you didn't hear a fucking thing.
Oh no! I heard tons of stuff. Go on. We had keys. Yeah.
Yeah, if only you had those keys.
You sure you got a better sleep schedule, Raven? I know.
I'm still working on actually like acclimating to it. It's a better sleep schedule. There's no doubt about that. Does that mean that I'm used to it? Fuck no.
All
right.
I go over to Gad and just say, hold this, and I give him Aurora, and I'm going to attempt to break down the wooden door.
The wooden door?
Yep.
Okay, give me an athletics check to break down the wooden door.
And not as good as it could have
Elaborate.
been. 13.
Okay, you slam against it, and you kind of hear it hit against some sort of metal bolt in it, and it's not budging. This is a pretty tough door.
But it's a bolted, you said, from the other side, right?
It seems to have some sort of bolt holding it in place. Yes.
Interesting. All right.
You do not see a lock, however.
Nix, again. I point at the glass.
Of the cell.
Yes, the one
Oh,
that you
okay.
It has been spiderwebbed. It looks like it's mostly, well, it certainly is significantly weakened.
Oh,
And
wait,
I
well,
will give it another go.
All right.
my hammer's glowing anyways because it still has holy weapon on it.
All right. As you slam into it again, several of the glass shards, you can see now that this is a layered piece. That there is glass and then this sheet of, it appears to be some sort of fabric. You've broken enough away. I'll get to this in a second, but this sort of sheer black fabric seems to be providing the tint of one kind or another. Probably sandwiched with another piece of glass. You can't really see through the fabric. However, as you slam into it, the shards basically fly off, and this is a 10-foot long piece of glass. So, or actually, it'd be longer than that. But
Oh, this isn't
regardless,
safety glass.
This is not safety glass. No, this is gonna hurt a little bit.
OSHA disapproves.
This isn't too bad though. So this will be Lucian and Nyx. Or no, sorry, not Lucian. What am I saying? Gad and Nyx, because you're by the door. You each take 10 points of piercing damage as all these shards almost explode outward. However, you can now see, and you hear something similar happen inside this room as well. And you can see with the bit of airflow from you moving around in this hallway, that fabric slowly waving back and forth. It seems that this area is open now.
Can I see, looking just sort of as I hit the door, looking between it and the sort of seam in the wall, how thick is this door?
It's a really close fit, man. It sort of jiggles, but not much. I'm gonna say your best guess is probably 8 to 12 inches thick. It's a fucking heavy door.
Okay. Let's see.
Meanwhile, like I said, there is this fabric. It seems to be sort of held around the edges, right, where all the sort of rest of the broken glass is. But it is waving in the slight breeze as you guys move around, so it seems to be free. It's just stayed in place.
I'm gonna try to move the fabric aside with my hammer, just with my shield ready. See what the hell's inside this thing.
Okay. All right, so you sort of reach out your small hammer. Well, somewhat small hammer. Because if I remember right,
it's a big forging hammer, yeah.
Yeah, but it's no warhammer. All right, so you move that out of the way. You can just see inside. It seems like the entire inside of the chamber, from what you can tell, you can see several workbenches, vials of various liquids, all sorts of strange and somewhat brutal looking implements. The entire room, though, is a bit odd in that it's not stone or metal, it is entirely paneled in wood. But from a quick glance and just sort of peeking, that's all you get. You have to either tear down the curtain or go inside to really get a better look.
I'll grab my trunk or use the trunk and tear the curtain down.
Okay.
And
Um,
my hammer is giving off 30 feet bright light, 30 feet dim beyond.
okay. Okay. That's what holy weapon does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Question: while they're doing
Yep.
that, I would like to cast Mage Hand behind the door.
Okay.
Attempt to
Cast-
undo the lock.
Okay. I'm gonna say give me a perception check with disadvantage because you can't see where a door handle would be on the other side.
All right.
But you can
25.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
Thunder.
you sort of feel around with the Mage Hand. It's a little bit weird at first. I mean, you've used Mage Hand plenty, but usually you can at least kind of see what you're working on.
Yeah.
In this case, after a second or two, you find this small, it's almost the size of like the head of a nail, small button.
Mhm.
Texture very much, it's like a small wooden dowel, and you push in and you hear a click in the doorway.
And with that, I just kind of try and reach for a handle and slowly push in the door.
Okay. So there's no handle, you just push on the door.
Right.
And it does swing open.
You got it.
It's heavy. It's very heavy. And you almost find yourself sweating a little bit as you're moving it. And as you do, you can kind of see from where the hinges are. But this door is in 3 layers. This outside bit is mostly is wood, or sorry, 4 layers. This outside bit is sort of this reinforced wood. There seems to be a 2 metal plates sandwiching a stone core in the center, and then another 6 inches of wood on the inside.
All right.
Now
so
now that you're getting a better look as well, and you can kind of peek around the side, you can see what might have looked like wood grain to Gad from a ways away, or regular imperfections in wood. Now look like small. If you've ever seen a dried up riverbed, you can kind of you can see that like the path that water has taken in the
Mhm.
past. This looks very similar to that. Also, Nix, I need a perception check from you as you rip off the curtain thing.
So what's that going to translate to?
Wisdom modifier.
Wisdom, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay.
well,
As you do
use your
that,
elementals, remember?
it's polymorph, not wild shape.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep.
Oof.
Okay, as you sort of haul this thing down, it gets wrapped around your trunk for a second. You have to kind of fight with it, but other than that, this material is super sort of. It's almost like silk if it was
Oh
really
fuck!
really.
Is it pretty?
fine. It's I wouldn't
God damn it!
call
She's
it.
gonna take it and fucking keep it. Fuck.
I mean, okay. So where do you put it though? I mean, you're an elephant right now. Where are you gonna put this?
It
She's
did
gonna wedge
resist
it
the
underneath
glass.
Ta and her back.
Okay.
Ta is a pretty good paperweight.
Yeah, that's fair. He's like a what, 400-pound paperweight. Pretty much anything you put under him will stay put. So that's good. Okay. So you guys do see these sort of rivulets of sort of scarring in the wood. There's no burning, it's not that kind of thing. It doesn't quite seem like acid, right? The initial inspection, but you can see 3 workbenches. Let me do this. We've got a small one here, larger one here, and another one here. several books, and this seems to be a larger table. It's got a almost about the size of an entry door to like an apartment or any house, sized slab on it, um, suspended in a box frame, with a large, uh, again all wooden, rod running through it in such a way as if one were to push on one side, supposedly this thing could potentially spin. Um, on top of that table, the larger one to the right, are several books and notes. A couple of vials. These seem to be in glass containers. Seems to be the only other material in this room is glass. There's no metal. There is no stone. Just wood and glass. As you're looking around, this table here seems to have several glass or wooden material, like sort of almost surgical implements. They're either surgical or for torturing, and you're really not sure which at this point.
Well,
They
if the
seem to
whole
be
room is made
clean.
out of wood, I am
Yep.
going to just look back at everybody and. Should we just set fire to all of this?
Well, no, hold on. And I head in there, and
We
if
are
there
working on a
are
timetable
some-
here.
Yes, I'm very well aware. And I'm looking for. Grab a couple of books, shove them in my bag,
Sure.
look for any keys, etc. Just anything remotely useful.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigate. Nope.
All right,
grab
you
A book
grab a
off the back
couple.
shelf.
Yep,
and
you
then-
grab a couple of papers that you think will probably be useful.
Might as well, right?
Yeah. And I mean, you did say you were just going to kind of grab what you saw, so that's fair. But yeah, you don't really find anything beyond, surgical implements. You do find over here a very pretty little knickknack. It seems to be a sort of like wooden jar. Um,
Hmm.
but it's not even a jar. It's just a thing that kind of looks vaguely like a jar.
I open it.
It does not open. There is no. It looks more like it's a statue of a jar, if anything.
I take it out and then just turn to Gad and say, "Burn it." All right, next this one.
All right.
Poof.
Okay.
Sounds
As you fling out a firebolt, anywhere in particular you're aiming for?
Oh, just the center of the room at the bottom, just the floor.
Okay, you whip out a firebolt. It hits the wood, and like sort of sputters for a second, and then dies out.
It's probably damp wood, thinking about it, for various reasons. Anyways, Nyx, I know it's smaller, but if you could try, whoever's in there might be very useful to our cause.
I'm just gonna keep trying to set it on fire.
Okay.
Every 6 seconds.
Okay. I'm just gonna have you make me a straight wisdom check. This is for your spellcasting ability.
Oh god!
Okay. You spend however long it takes for them to do whatever they're gonna do and move on. You're gonna be falling behind here. To trying to set this fucking thing on fire. And I will tell you right now, it's not gonna work. So, next. Yep.
If you could.
She just starts flipping tables over and like wrecking shit.
No,
just-
not that room. Fuck's sake.
Oh no!
You would not have been able to fit through the door. I will point that out.
Oh, can't. Oh,
It
okay.
is a one-person door.
Then I will smash that door.
Okay. Give me an ooh, that was a good one. Strength or athletics check. Okay. You slam into the door. This one does appear to have a lock on it. But as you slam into it, you can see the whole thing the whole room kind of buckle. Let's see who's right next to that. No, you're okay. Yeah, no. It sort of buckles in the wall, but the structure itself does not change. Does not seem to be affected currently.
All right, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. Give you one more shot at it.
Oh, never mind. Oh, that looks like it.
You kind of daze yourself a little bit from keeping just slam into this thing, and it's not working.
All right, I'm gonna bow out here and just kind of sit for a second and see what I can find.
Regain your composure. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Also on that note, I'll be right back.
Well, then let's just take a couple minutes since Tanaka had to go help with groceries, and maybe he'll have something to help with this.
Yes.
Fair?
Yeah. It would be
All right.
helpful.
All right. So 5 minutes.
All right, we'll be right back. I'm gonna put that really gorgeous art that's been sitting around for a while back on the screen. So enjoy. Roll initiative.
What'd I miss?
Nothing. A whole lot of nothing.
Well, we broke a door down, led to a secret necromancy lab, and we are trying to burn it. Well, we kind of are. Then we had the big cell, which we haven't opened yet. The elephant made a dent and then did not, and now I'm gonna see if I can do something. Except you're in here now, so hopefully you can do something helpful.
I don't know. Not very helpful.
I think that's more on your intuition than your ability.
Kitty. Well, are you sure we want to open that thing up?
Yes.
Could be something bad in there.
Yep.
Nyx could talk. It would be fun. She would bitch you out.
Sorry, I had to take an on-call phone call. Yay. It's one
Yay.
downside to working here.
Yeah.
They're trying to teach me on-call protocol so that I can take over because I'm on site. So whenever they get a call, it's like, hey, do you want to come out and do this really quick? And it's like, all right, yeah, sure.
No, not really.
It was to my own building, so it really wasn't a big deal. Some dude basically locked himself out of the building, so I had to go and let him in. That's just sort of part of the...
Thank God you
Don't
have
just
a master
double
key,
want to
the
right?
do
job.
that?
Yeah, but I mean, if it's going to happen, just happen at my own building. I don't care. That's fine.
All right.
Because that's just like walk outside and be like, here, door's open now. Good.
Say bye-bye to the nice art, everybody.
Okay, so why was there an initiative roll?
Because reasons.
It's an inside joke.
Ah, an inside joke the DM's not part of. Got it. Because I keep throwing shit at you.
No.
I get
It
it.
was preemptive, yeah.
Okay, well, I would just delete all the initiative for now. So as you guys are standing here, yeah, next you take a minute to sort of recover from slamming into this door twice, and it is not budging. In fact, as you slam into it the second time, you almost feel one of your tusks, the left one, kind of crack under the pressure that you're putting against it.
Okay.
This is a very, very, very well built little room.
Lucian, do you have anything that could help? I say, and I'm also gonna just kind of rub my temple a bit, do a few arcane gestures, and I cast detect magic, which thankfully I just remembered I can do at will. Thank you, Drow High Magic.
Okay. I'm gonna let Lucian respond to that, and I'm gonna tell you what you got.
All right.
I've got something that would work, but
Perfect.
it's
Do it.
my highest level spell.
All right.
Do you want to get out of here? And do you want to know what lies within this cell that is so high security that it? Do I have any magic on it?
You do detect magic.
What kind of magic?
So it seems okay. So give me. All right, I'm gonna give you the basics. I want to see if you can get more. Give me an Arcana check as well.
Okay. Boop. Nat 20.
All right. Holy
For a
shit.
24.
Awesome. Okay, so you will see that a lot of this is abjuration.
Mm-hmm.
There is a little bit of conjuration mixed in, not much. A bit of a little bit of divination. Let's see. And then there's an enchantment spell, relatively high level, sort of weaved into this. However, with that nat 20, despite it being far too much to actually see through normally with detect magic,
Mm-hmm.
you notice something different. It's really faint, and you don't know what the hell it is. But this seems to be inside of this area. You can just see it's almost like a shadow.
Okay.
And it appears to be illusion magic, whatever that might mean. A very high level illusion spell.
I'm into it.
Somewhere within the room itself. So, at the moment, though, you also notice sort of just from an outside perspective, and Lucian, if you took the time to cast a detect magic or cast it yourself, you would see this too, with a little bit of pointing out.
All right.
We don't
Not-
have detect magic.
Oh, my bad then. But even looking, you kind of get a vague sense that it's probably magical. Dice,
also
you
gonna-
notice that
Good.
this isn't just like a layer and layer and layer of enchantments, right? Like one would expect, like on a typical like jail cell that's meant for magic users or whatever. This is artful. This is weaved. These spells are weaved within each other somehow. This is a very powerful magic. It does not necessarily mean it couldn't be dispelled. It just means whoever did this wasn't just a master magician, wasn't just very powerful. They were almost an artist with how they put this together.
Just kind of sit our area down, have a take 5. Take out my viol, start playing a small thing, and say, well, if I didn't know any better, I'd say the person who managed to put this together was, perhaps had some good in them. Oh well. I'm also going to go in here to the place that Gad is very desperately trying to set on fire, and just take a look around with that special eyes.
Okay.
Everything's made of wood, so I should be able to see any magic through it.
Yep. All right. So, you notice the metal plate, or between the two metal plates in the door, the stonework is enchanted. You can't see any runes on it, but if you had to guess, if you were to take it apart, that might be on the outside face or the inside face or whatever part that you can't see.
All right.
That seems to be some sort of barrier spell, somewhat similar to this room, although much less artfully done. This was not done by the same person. There is also an enchantment on the wood. It appears to be some sort of vague resistance spell.
All right. Just kind of as I pass out, tap Gad on the shoulder, say, "You're doing great, mate."
Okay.
And
Meanwhile, Gad's sitting there, firebolt, firebolt, firebolt.
Eventually, after like another like 6 to 8 casting,
Yeah,
I was just gonna like fucking.
Yeah, I'll say you spend like 2 minutes just routinely firebolting this thing, but it just won't catch.
Lucian, what can you do? Also, we have the empath whose name I forget. And I
Crow.
go over,
Yep.
or I ask Crow, there's somebody in there, probably under an illusion spell. Can you figure out what or who or why they are?
Crow kind of nods at you, or at least sort of nods and shrugs, like I'll try. But walks up to the cell and sort of you see them concentrating really, really hard for a second. And then it's almost like a live wire, like this connection to you and to the rest of the party. So all of you sort of feel this almost drifting sensation, but lonely. Not malicious in any way, just lonely, like a kid lost out in the woods. Doesn't know their way home, completely alone. That's the sensation you get. Again, no malevolence or anything like that, or at least nothing outwardly immediate. Just it seems intelligent. There are, more sophisticated thoughts, but that's sort of the prevailing.
I go over, pat Lucian on the shoulder, and say, Lucian, by all the grace of the gods, whoever's left up there, I suppose, I'd advise you to get that cell door open, or at least unenchanted. If you can, we might be able to ride our way out of here. And I'm going to give you my last bardic inspiration for that, Dispel Magic.
Okay. Whew. Okay, Lucian,
I'm guessing Arcana.
this is going to be... Oh, it's your spellcasting ability, so it'll be intelligence.
Raw intelligence check, but you got to add a
Yep.
D10 to it.
Yep, okay. I really hope this is good.
Fuck.
16.
16.
Okay. All right, so as you sort of hit this, you can feel this is a different sensation. When you when you normally break a magical enchantment, right? It's almost like glass shattering. And when you fail, it feels like just running into a wall with your ability, right? That's sort of just how it is. This is different. It flexes. As you sort of send out your energy in a way to dispel the magic in this way that you've learned over years and years of training, you feel all the enchantments together move and flex and absorb that energy. The enchantment itself, dice to your eyes, weakens for a second, and then it's almost like these little tendrils sort of regrow that space over the course of about 30 seconds or so.
During that 30 seconds, before that 30 seconds is over, rather, I just kind of tap the cell door and say, "Come on, a little more juice." And
I'll give you one more shot at it, however you guys want to set it up.
And I'm going to use my Dispel Magic.
All right.
And that's going to be 19.
19. Okay.
Which should technically get rid of a 9th level spell.
Yep. If it weren't weaved. This is well, actually, you know what? Let me do something here.
Roll a D100.
No, not quite. This is a little different. I am gonna roll a thing here as soon as I find it again.
Uh-oh. That's nice knowing you guys.
Nope, no kind of thing. Sometimes it's fun to do that kind of thing, but not today.
I guess we'll get to start at
and
level 1 again.
We'll say, as I'm doing the Dispel Magic, I am I tap the thing, go back to playing, and as I try and play a despondent chord to try and rupture the strange energy that I'm seeing within, I shout inside the cage and say, "If you're in there, I'd really appreciate some help from the other side. We're trying to get you out of here."
Okay. That's actually pretty much exactly what I was going for. All right. Let me... Jesus Christ, I have far too much stuff. All right, there we go. All right, so... Okay. This is going to be straight D20. Interesting. That's good enough, considering... All right, so... Dice, your detect magic is still up, and you can see this weave flex again, right? Sort of inward, ballooning out. Each fiber sort of breaking and beginning to try to reform, almost like roots or tendrils reaching out to each other. And as that happens, you then see it all of a sudden, and it takes you by surprise for a second as it pushes back, almost engulfing you guys, and is torn apart. the enchantment itself broken on the across the door and this wall. And then very slowly you can see a tendril slowly start to try to stretch across to grab the other side.
All right, I'm going to run over past Mammoth Nyx and just fling the door open as fast as I can.
The door is locked. You have broken the enchantment on there, but the door is still locked.
Okay.
That has never changed.
I hold the lock out and say, Nyx, thing, do, now.
I'll try to smash it.
All right. Good luck. 20. All right. That's exactly what you needed in this case. You slam into it, the door buckles a bit. It takes you about a minute and a half afterwards, sort of all pushing together to actually wrench these 3 large deadbolts open. As you do, Gad, you're casting light. You can see, so the door slowly swings open. You can see this is another like almost foot thick metal door. It seems to be in several layers. There's a sort of a green adamantium layer in the center with some mithril sort of weaved in between. This is all very artfully done.
Oh my god, I want that door, but also we can't take it off its hinges.
It seems to be the entire room has been made in this way. On the inside, you can see several glyphs, arcane and mostly in draconic or celestial glyphs in this room. Somewhat reminiscent of perhaps a vision that you had, Gad, of a similar room made once.
Oh.
At the time, as the door swings open, though, you see a figure in a cloak, sort of, who seemed to have been near the door, run off into the shadows. Not in a, like trying to sneak up on you way, but scared. You can almost hear a whimper from a somewhat feminine voice.
I throw my hand out as 4 bright little lights start glowing around. Just kind of search the room, and I give whoever is in there a winning smile as I play a little crescendo to the tune.
I would
was
like to
trying
reach out and
make.
grab Dice before he fully heads in there, once I see the pattern on the inside of these doors.
Okay. So you're using dancing lights? Okay. So you pop out 4 little globules of light, and as they dance around you. Okay. You can see as all this is happening, and Gad sort of reaches out and kind of grabs the back of your armor. Before as you sort of begin to take a step in, you can see a figure in a tattered and very dirty cloak. You can see what look like sort of blue silver dragon scales on a humanoid body.
Hello, you're free, but not. Well, we'll explain on the way.
Dice,
Come on.
hold on.
That's 1 down. About 500 to go.
I'm gonna
let's
cast
just- I
Detect
just-
Good and Evil. I have that? No. Where is it? Nope, I only have Detect Magic. I don't have Detect Good and Evil?
You probably do, but you haven't prepared it. Yeah, clerics have Tech Good and Evil. You just didn't prepare it.
No, I don't have it on my list anywhere. That's weird, or am I just
We'll
not seeing
put it on
it?
your list later. For now, though, as you try and pull me back, I just kind of try and sort of shake you off and say, it's all right.
I've seen these
haven't hurt you.
patterns on the inside before, I think. Can I roll
Well, good
perception
for
to
you.
see how much it reminds me of the patterns or of the inside of the cell that I saw Maraudin constructing in that vision?
Okay. It looks a little bit different, but very similar. However, as you say that, Dice,
Mm-hmm.
the figure is sort of hunched over, avoiding your gaze, cowering in a corner. It looks like, I mean, it's a fully adult-sized figure, and seems to be of a dragonborn. But as you say that, it shrinks away from you almost in fear, as if it was about to be hit. It seems to be that's a thing that
I
may have happened. But as you say, there's nothing to fear. You get a little bit of hesitation, and then to all of you, the face sort of lifts up and looks at each of you, and it's familiar. And you hear a familiar voice say, "Who are you?" And you're looking back at Saria,
Oh
Drakara.
no. Is this?
I just kind of look at her, cock my favorite, and say, "I don't know who you are. Let's go." And I just kind of go into the cell, and I pulled a hand out,
Okay.
just kind of above her.
I'd like to do
Okay.
an insight check
Okay. On what?
on hers, like to see if is it her?
Okay. Sure. Give it a try. Okay. Um, it looks a lot like her in that it looks exactly like her. Um, a lot more timid than you remember. Same speech pattern, same voice, but very and some of the same mannerisms, but very different in personality at the moment. This individual seems very scared. Does not seem to recognize any of you. Um, yeah.
And Dice
Well-
barely remembers Saria, and probably in the
Yeah.
light doesn't recognize the face. So he's just,
Yeah.
okay, cool, rescued a person. Let's go.
Not with like just basically a fucking spotlight behind you where Gad's standing.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the lights very softly float over, stick a hand out to her, and say, "Apologies, I can't carry you. Got someone else, a lovely little lady outside that I have to do that for, but I think you can walk, right? Might like the exercise, in fact. Come on, you gotta go."
This dragonborn sort of shifts her shoulders for a second, and then you can almost see her deliberating in her mind if she's, if she believes you or not.
Are you Lady Saria Jakara?
Her eyes sort of shift to you quickly. How do you know my name?
We have
But she reaches out and with that sort of takes Dice's hand, having been recognized in a way.
Long story. But
We need
we'll
to
tell you
hurry.
later. Yes, let's go. And I sort of
Nix
drag
will
her
wave her
back.
trunk at Saria.
This is our pet elephant.
Yeah, I was gonna say as we walk out of the door. Hello, this is Nix. This is Pet. That's Crow. This is Aurora. I say as I sort of let go of Saria's hand and pick her up and say, "Question: Do you know how to fight?"
If she is truly Lady Jakara, then she has quite the magical abilities.
Wonderful.
I do know how to use some magic, yes.
Wonderful. We won't be using that. For now, though, I just kind of look at Crow and say, "Is that away?"
We should go back the other way.
Crow nods.
Wonderful. We'll have to come back for the others later. I think we've spent far too much time here deliberating over this, but hopefully, well, at least we got you out, eh? And I start booking it with Arira in my hands, leading everyone to the supposed exit.
Okay. So you come down to this T junction once again. Who's all right? Let's do a marching order here. This is just gonna help me
I'll go first.
way too much. So I can do that. So however you guys want to lay out, yourselves.
Just a quick question: is this an end of the hallway sort of thing over here?
No,
There's
no,
a turn to go
Well,
down,
There's
Oh,
a
it is
turn.
a turn.
Yeah, it's a turn.
and our cell's like
Alright.
somewhere like down here or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Assume
So
we
what's
have-
the marching order? That would really help me out because I need to figure out how you guys are.
As we're walking along, I kind of
I'll go first.
ask Araya if she can stand.
Okay.
Uh,
She says, "I may need some help once in a while, but I think I can."
Wonderful. Let's hope you can run. And I just kind of very swiftly, with a sort of one fluid motion, stop or slow down ever so slightly, set her down with her feet on the floor, help her up to standing, and then start dragging her along. And I'll be at front with Gad. I imagine it's going to be Arira and Saria after that, then Crow and Lucian, and then Mammoth Nyx taking the rear.
Okay.
All right.
Do we know what date it is? Because I would like to ask as we're running this way. I'd like to tell Saria what date it is and how long she's been here.
Okay. Let me. I have a calendar somewhere. Didn't think I need to dig it out today, but okay. Hold on. Where's my? Sorry. Been a little while.
Excuse me, Raven. We're going by the Mayan calendar. You're gonna have to
Oh,
put that
fuck
away.
off.
Yep.
I thought we were
All
going by
due respect.
Gregorian.
This would be the. It's not an. I don't really have a weekday setup. So this would be the 303rd day. The 890. Because you guys skipped there. 93rd. Or, sorry, the 893rd year. Right. Well.
If my assumption
me
is
an
correct,
insight
then
check.
she's the
Well,
actual
you had
Azar and the other one's a clone. But
So, well, yeah. I mean, I was just gonna go off your old one, but yeah, that's fine too.
It's the one thing
well-
I'm good at, okay?
Yeah, right. So it is a little bit difficult to tell. But you can tell this like to the day how long she's been in this cell or whatever. But what you can gather is no matter how long she's been in there, it takes longer than an hour or a couple of days to have sort of just natural reactions of running away and hiding or a lot of the reactions that she's had, honestly. So probably been in here for a while. That's probably the best that I can give you. I mean, probably at least a month, maybe more. Seeing the people you've seen, maybe more like 6, maybe more like a couple of years.
Jesus. Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say stay between me and the elf, Lucian. You should be safe.
okay. She sort of just sets herself there. As you guys sort of charge further down the hallway. How are you guys proceeding? Are you just booking it? Are you trying to be stealthier here?
Oh,
What do you wanna
we're.
do?
I think we're just
We're
booking it.
making like a library and booking it.
Okay.
Really?
Oh my god.
I hate
I
that.
could have said making like a flight or like a hotel or something, but I went for the obvious
I
one.
hate
So
that.
that wasn't as bad.
I would like to smack Dice with a warhammer.
I mean,
I would like
I'm
to see
kidding.
you try.
yeah, you haven't been rolling well with that Warhammer lately, so there's that.
I mean, I made that like those 2 hits, and that's been like the entirety of this character's life that have actually hit.
Fair. As you guys exit the cell, Dice, you can see that those tendrils are still very slowly, but they are reforming around the cell, the tendrils of the enchantment.
All right, I intend to throw somebody in specific in there later. For now,
Okay. However, as you exit, this version of Saria, anyway, whatever that is, sees this sort of wooden room, and you can almost see her recoil in fear back into the cell that she was in. And with a bit of urging from you, though, she does in fact exit and join you in charging out.
all right.
You guys spend the next 10 minutes or so sort of traversing this actually relatively simple one-way hallway. It doesn't split off or anything.
Use my
there-
key to unlock any cells that we come across. If we do,
Okay. There are a lot of empty cells. There are several sort of workshops that seem to be in somewhat disrepair, not really used much. This seems to be a not well used area, for lack of a better way to put it. But as you're going, so we'll have Dice. We have Dice and Gad in the front. So in that case, I would like you guys to make me perception checks. Yeah. Sorry.
13.
22.
Okay.
What's that?
Um,
Wisdom?
Oh,
It's
just me
just
and
for those two, 'cause
yeah.
they're taking the lead.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yep, no worries. So as you go, you're sort of checking each room as you go as best you can as well. But eventually you come up to what looks like a turn to it'll be to the left again, actually, out of this sort of zigzagging path. And you can hear sort of like a low growling, snorting sound of something. What, you're not entirely sure, but something seeming to be pacing there. And in fact, you listen for just an extra second, sort of getting the party to halt before you go around the corner. And you can then start to hear 2 sets of sort of heavy footsteps. And that grunting and sort of guttural sound, you start to hear repeated sort of sounds. And you've not heard much of it, but it starts to sound familiar to the sounds that the demons were making when they spoke to each other.
As we're all huddling in stall, I just say, anybody understand them? Crow, can you figure out what they're saying? Lucian?
Nope.
Fucking anyone?
Miss Jakara? Lady Jakara?
There are so many things that Nyx wants to say right now. Like, there is such pent up aggression in there that she wants to verbally get across, but she can't.
I hold up the Rocky Talkie. Do we want to call the real I don't know. She seems real enough.
Oh,
do you-
Rocky Talkie? No, that wouldn't work for.
Or no, the
talking
descending
to
stone. There we go.
I'm gonna move you one more time. To actually,
Slide to the
no, I
left.
won't. Yep, it's one of those things. It's bouncy, but it works. Here's that sort of corner. You can hear sounds coming from down that away, pretty close to right around the corner. So, you sort of all sneak up to there, and it sounds, yeah, Nyx, since you can speak Abyssal, you can hear it's almost like it's not really even small talk exactly. It's just sort of noises more than anything else, but it's definitely a couple of demons speaking to each other.
I give a few finger guns to Nyx, cast message, and say, "What do you got there, big girl? Can you tell what they're saying?" And with this, you can actually speak, or at least, mentally communicate.
Yep.
They're talking nonsense.
I'm going to try something. I cast message again. This time pointing vaguely in the direction of one of the two demons of origins I don't know. And I just say to them, I'm very hungry. Should probably get something to eat. With my most demony voice.
Okay. That's an interesting thing to do. Okay, I'm just sorry, just had to let that digest in my brain for a second. Okay. I'm gonna move you guys around here because this is kind of the marching order there.
Also, it's still, if it hasn't been an hour yet, I still have that 30 fucking feet of light.
Yeah, you do. But
Boom.
It doesn't quite reach there. It doesn't go around corners. Okay. So in that case,
Deception check? Something like that?
yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
All right.
Good fucking luck.
31.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
He doesn't
and I
need
need-
luck. He sees to roll above a 5.
No, it's not actually. Okay. So, roll this in case nat 20. Okay. All right. So, you hear sort of a grunting. Nyx, you're the only one that actually understands this. But you hear one of them say, "Hang on, I'm gonna go eat." As it sort of lumbers forward into the hall and the steps become clearer. And then it starts walking towards you.
I ready my weapon.
Okay.
Yep, holy weapon's already up.
It steps forward, and then the light coming from around the corner sort
God
of.
damn it.
Yep.
I mean, it was there. I mean, it couldn't see it before, but it
Did you put your
came
hammer
now.
in a bag at one point, maybe?
I mean, I have the Song of Temur, but that's a two-handed weapon. And I think I don't have the whip of Vorgrad anymore. Vorgrad.
As it's sort of coming around the corner, I just kind of elbow Gad and say, "Can you do another one of your tricks, or is that perhaps a bit over?"
Yeah, at this point, you can hear it say, "Hey, something's over here," as it more cautiously walks forward. So it's going to be right there.
I would like to wield Ta as a weapon.
Well, he does
I
have pretty
mean,
sharp bits.
At least that way he'd be useful.
Fair. All right. So it's gonna move up. It'll get to here as it notices Gad, considering he is a beacon of light. And sort of yell at this loud sort of guttural.
I attempt to stab it in the throat.
All right, I will give you the opportunity to do that at the top of the round, but for the moment, we all need to roll initiative.
Nope.
Okay. No. Oh god.
Nice
Right.
knowing you.
Let me. Guess I'll get these guys too. Hold on.
How long has it been since we first broke out?
Not very long.
15?
Well, if you've been walking for like 10 minutes to an empty hallway, then at least like
Yeah,
15 minutes.
It's been. I'd say closer to 20.
Alright, still got 40
Um,
minutes on this fucking holy weapon then. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need all of it.
Let me just. And then I need to go here. This will be. And that was a. Oh. Okay. And then Orira will go on your turn just to make it easy.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it that way. I think that's the easiest way I can do it.
Is
So
Saria joining the initiative here?
she's on the initiative. Should be.
Okay.
She's
She
got a
rolled
2.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Yeah. No. So that will bring us to Glaberzo number 1, which is back here. Going to move up.
Hello.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. They were the gate guards. It will first is going to go ahead and cast. No, I don't want to do it that way. It'll be this there. See if I can remember how to do this right away. There we go. It will cast darkness right there, encompassing all of you. So that will be its action. Next up is the other one, who will make an attack at you, Dice.
Okay.
So
Does it have disadvantage? Or is that some weird special thing?
let's see here. No, it has disadvantage, I believe. I don't
Alright.
see it. Oh no, it does not have disadvantage. My bad. It has true sight, so it can see you. So this will be 4 attacks.
What about cover?
Kitty corner. I'll give you half cover bonus, so up
Yay.
your AC by 2. But here
Okay.
goes. 2. Or sorry, it has a 10-foot range. So 2 on Gad, 2 on Dice. So these two for Gad.
Nope. Yep.
That'll be 20 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
2 for Dice. Does not have advantage, thankfully. And you have a +2 to your AC.
Both hit still.
Okay. So this one's not a crit. It's just the 9.
9,
And the other one is a 7.
7.
It's not too bad. But that brings their turn to an end. That brings us to Gad. You're up.
Oh, I don't like this. And I want to get out of here as soon as possible, so I am going to burn one of my 3rd level spell slots and cast Daylight. Bye-bye Darkness.
Okay. Nice.
And then, yeah, I can't really bonus action anything, so we'll just pull my shield up.
Okay. Lucian?
Let's try this.
Okay.
This one.
On this one? Well, I believe that just auto works, right?
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Wasn't
Yep.
save at the start of that turn.
Okay.
Or the start of the casting, rather.
All right.
When you cast the spell.
So it'll be a
Leave that
nope.
fails.
That's a
Fail.
fail. All right, so it is currently laughing hysterically, which is really, really fucking creepy coming from a goddamn Glaberzo. It's just a sort of guttural, almost nasty sound. But it's a demon laughing. He's doubled over. All 4 of his arms are holding his stomach as he's laughing hysterically. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope. I'm good.
All right. Crow is going to concentrate really hard on this one here. And because you did that, it needs to make a second wisdom save. Damn, makes it. Okay.
Thanks.
It was worth a try. Okay, so that brings us to dice.
All right. Let's see. Don't have a lot that we can do.
No, you're kind of stuck in a situation. You do have, hallway to back into if you want to. But...
I do have another spell I could use, but it would take away Holy Weapon.
Yeah, we'll just see if that's worth it or not when this thing comes around. Gonna cast a mirror image as an action.
Okay.
So Dice just kind of backs up, so it jumps back when it starts to parry with his rapier in 4 different directions. And I think that is it.
All right.
Because I can't do much else.
All right. Fair enough. Nix,
Get
you're
ready.
up.
Oh,
So I think Nick's is going to use that shield of Taz and
Okay.
kind of extend it out in front of her and place it in front of, kind of like giving Saria and Lucian half covers, I guess, or some sort of cover, just like putting the
I'll
shield
say
in
you
between
can
them.
you can definitely attempt to boost their AC. You get to pick one though, per turn if you want to do that. I'll say you could do that as a bonus action if you wanted to. I'll be real nice.
Oh god, there's nothing else I can do here.
you can freely
Fucking
move
giant
allied
Not
spaces.
well an elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can boost one of their ACs by 2.
I guess Lucian.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right.
That's what you have to do with her.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it. Just stand there and try to be a shield.
Soria instantly seeing these guys almost doubles back and then realizes there's an elephant in her way as she sort of attempts to run. You can see the fight or flight instincts sort of kicking in. She will turn around and almost screaming in terror, going to go ahead and toss out. Nope, not quite. This is going to be right across here. A wall of stone.
Oh.
Right there.
Oh, what?
That's helpful.
Hey,
And you can just you can see her just shaking violently.
What is this?
As that
That's our
happens-
way out.
I just kind of elbow Gad and then rub my elbow. And then go over to Saria, and all 4 of the dices all just kind of go around her, start trying to comfort her, rubbing her on the shoulder, sort of patting her on the head. One of them is playing a little melody with his with the viol, and the other is just crouched down beside her, going, "It's okay, it's okay. That is our way out, and if we want to get out of here, well, either you have some sort of way to teleport us, or we have to wait for them to break that down. But look, here's the deal. That right there was amazing," I say, pointing back at the wall. "And I know that you can do many more amazing things. All I need from you is to be brave. You have us at your back, and you have, well, quite a few friends here to make things easier. I think that if anybody can get us out of here, it's you. Not just us, but the other people trapped here. And, bonus, if we manage to get out of this place, we can send a signal and have an army rolling on through."
So, as you're saying all this, you're seeing that I mean, as a bard, as somebody who's talked to a lot of people, told stories and sung songs, you can tell when somebody's sort of like listening to the lyrics of a song, right, and dissecting it, or is just sort of feeling the emotion behind it. And it doesn't seem like she's 100% understanding what it is you're saying, but is at least getting sort of the reassurance sort of part. But you also see sort of the terror in her eyes as she's staring at the wall she just made. Probably the thing beyond the wall is pretty prominent in her mind. And you can see her sort of looking at her hand, somewhat mystified as to what had just happened.
Kind of grab her hands from underneath the top of her hands so her palms are sort of facing up and say, "See that? That is the power within you. And I know for a fact that you'll be able to do many great things if we manage to get out of here. I know for a fact that you are going to have quite the interesting escape, but it's always a story to tell. And my God, yours is going to be quite eventful when you get to tell it. And believe me, you will get to tell it. Now, rub your hands together, throw some sparks in the air, and let's do this. All right?
Okay.
Apologies, I'm used to this sort of life or death scenario. I understand that you might not be.
And then you see, like, as you're holding her hands, two things. You've not really like touched her skin at this point, but it feels like dragon scales, as one would expect to an extent. There's almost like a vague pliableness to it, and her skin is cold. You know that most dragonborn sort of have the heart of a dragon. They're typically actually warm-blooded, which is a bit strange, but this one is cold, almost icy. For whatever reason.
I think you might need to warm up a bit, but, well, you have something to practice on. I find that while emotion might not be the core of my practice, it certainly helps, and for you, I think it does a bit more than help. So, all of the fear, turn it to drive. All of the resentment, turn it to focus. All of the hatred, turn it to rage. And when that wall gets knocked down, I say as I point to the wall that probably has a few cracks in it, I would guess.
Yeah, it's this has been pretty quick, but you can definitely see, yeah, as this thing is being slowly pounded on.
I want you to dig in your heels, extend your hand, and show them that you're more than just a dragonborn. There's a dragon inside you. All right, places, everyone, places. And he just kind of does a clap, starts getting everybody in battle position, sort of adjusts Gad's stance a little bit to be not more effective, but more dramatic, and gets himself ready for a fight. All four of them kind of going around to each person, giving them pointers.
Since I feel like I'm going to need this while Dice is doing his thing, I'm going to pop open my chest and take like I'm going to take 5 arrows and feed it to the what is it called?
Oh, the Soul of Ember.
Yes.
Okay, give me a charisma check, or save, rather.
That's much better.
Okay.
Oh boy.
We'll get to that when we get to that. All right. So the wall is starting to get some serious cracks in it. You get an idea that you might have a round to do something if you so desire. And Gad, you did your thing. If anybody else has anything else, if you want to rearrange yourself, I guess you can to an extent.
Do you want to switch spots there? Dice?
Yes, that would be lovely, thank you. Arriva, get back behind Lucian. Lucian, step up front. Lucian, do you do the thing?
Oh,
as long as Lucian's all right with it.
Yeah.
All right.
And I hold my hand out to Gad as he passes and just say, "The sword, please, perhaps? Might be a good time to use it."
The Song of Tenmer.
Yes, that one.
Sure. I will go ahead and hand it over.
As I grab the hilt of the sword, I just pull it out, look at the blade, and say, "All right, bitch. I don't like using you, but I'm going to have to." And I hold it ready. I don't even really know how to use great swords, but I'm going to try.
Okay. I need a straight charisma roll from you. Dice.
25.
All right.
Fuck.
Followed by, in that case, actually, I don't think I need it. All right. So I guess that means I will send this to you. This might take you a minute. You can take a look at this. That's going to be a lot. As you pick it up, you hear a voice in your head sort of speak to you and say, "Are you my wielder then?"
For the time being, and not happy about it. We'll have words later. For now, you get to kill demons. It's a win-win. I risen up the sword and get ready.
All right, you might need to enter that in because there's a lot of stuff to Temmer.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, and this is going to be really interesting. Okay, so here's what I want to do, guys. I would like to take just a couple seconds because this is going to get a little hairy from here on out.
Sure.
And mostly because I'd like to go to the bathroom so I can sit down and do this. We're going to go for another hour or so if you guys are good with that.
Sure.
Yeah, I got nothing.
And this is going to be fucking nuts, I think. But we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. So,
Fiverr?
yeah, let's take a quick fiver and then we'll get to cracking on this real hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw up some tunes in the background in the meantime. Let's go with what's fun. Well, part of me feels like this one.
And that'll be our be right back screen music.
Yeah, why the fuck not? It's too funny.
And I guess we'll be
yeah,
right
I'll
back.
Be back. I'd prefer it.
Well, there we go. There's your motivation.
All right. So currently, you are considered proficient, but you gain no other benefits.
Okay. Like no other benefits, as in from attunement, or
Yeah, no other attunement benefits.
okay.
When you hold Temur, if you can hear its voice, you are
Mhm.
proficient. But you don't get the strength increase or any of the other
Alright.
stuff. It's just kind of how the weapon works. It's really
Do I not then get Temur's bite?
you do not currently have Temur's bite.
Okay.
You, however, because you guys have like an extra second before the wall breaks down, I want you to just make me
Is
an Arcana check.
this one still incapacitated?
No, it has made it safe.
Oh,
That's what those wisdom saves were, and it has advantage on those.
21.
Okay. You get the feeling that this is a very powerful sentient weapon. You've seen it in the use of Ta, so you have an idea of what it can do. You
Yeah.
also get the feeling that it is a weapon that has its own agenda. Not
I
necessarily
know.
evil.
We had a whole thing. I don't
Right.
know. We had a whole thing, and it has the several sort of key moments, which you still haven't gotten me.
No,
and
those are all blank at the moment. However, you also, now that you're kind of holding it in your hand and actually attempting to wield it, you get a feeling that despite not being attuned, should you be willing to give up some, I guess, for lack of a better term, control, sort of open yourself up to it, you would gain some of those benefits.
all right.
But there is a trade-off there. The stronger the link, however you wish to do that, and I'm going to leave it to your inventive mind to figure out how to do that. The more benefits you would gain.
We're gonna stay strictly business for now. All right.
Fine.
Believe me, business will be fun.
All right. It falls silent.
I would
for a
like to
moment.
hold my action,
Okay.
and my action is banishment.
Okay.
I'll use the shield to cover Saria.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So at that point, the wall itself begins crumbling in front of you. I'm gonna call that difficult terrain. It's gonna cost 5 feet of movement to cross the wall, as it is. It's in a pile now, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And the Glabrazo is on the other side. That brings us to the top of initiative. He has beaten his save at this point, but you were holding a spell, so if you want to send that off, you can just barely see that one. Who do you want to banish?
It's the one directly in front of us.
Okay. Let's make a charisma check for you. For him, rather. He has advantage. Does
Son of a
19 beat?
bitch. Yes, it does.
Okay. So he is not banished. But so the spell, you sort of feel the spell catch for a second, and then sort of this force of just this entity's being pushes your spell to the side. Okay.
I
So
no
that
longer
was
have
your
holy weapon,
action.
so it's just
Yep. Just your regular thing.
and regular light, so it's only 20 feet of light.
Okay. That brings us to the top of the round, which is the Glabrazo. And at this point, since you just tried to banish it, you're getting all 4 attacks, Gad.
Come
Devil's
on,
advocate,
baby.
but wouldn't the top of the round be him breaking through the wall?
Yeah, that would be the first one breaking through the wall. This one here did not break through the wall. The second one. Sorry, I just didn't click the thing. It was not helping. This one here. So it is going to attack. It could reach out. Actually, man, this always fucks me up. From here, yeah, it's in range. So Gad, you're going to be getting in some hits. So first two,
Fuck shield.
shield. Okay.
Yep.
Second two. All right. Looks like none of them hit, unfortunately.
Yep.
Okay. That does bring us to you, Gad.
I'm gonna try to banish the one in front of us again.
Okay. I will go ahead and roll a charisma check.
Oh, you
He
son
has
of a
advantage,
bitch.
unfortunately. So yeah, he makes it.
Okay, I'm
anything
up
else
for
you'd like
it.
to do?
Fucking bonus. Nope, I already cast a spell, so no spiritual weapon there. I would like to bonus action give her the middle finger with my offhand
All right, you can do that.
as
Sure.
part of the banishment spell.
Yeah. Yeah, you finish your banishment spell up with a middle finger at it. You get a middle pincer basically back in as a response, and it
There's
does
only
not
one
take hold.
pincer. How does that work?
Yes,
That
two.
was the point. That was the whole fucking goddamn it. All right, Lucian, you're up.
I'm gonna pull out the Staff of the Beast
Okay.
and try that on the one right in front of us.
All right, I believe that's a wisdom saving throw. It has advantage, unfortunately. So
Yep.
26.
And then I'm going to use a bonus action to
Mhm.
use the other little thing about it to let's go with cold damage. So use the other three charges for this.
Okay.
Do I need them with that? It says bonus action, summon lightning, fire, or cold damage. Number of charges plus D10. Does that
Right.
need a
That is a DC equal to your spell DCs. So it's a saving throw dexterity.
Okay.
And he does not have great dex bonus. So, hey, there
17.
you go.
Hey.
20 points of damage. All right.
And that's my turn.
Awesome. Okay. You get some cold damage. Let's see. Unfortunately, it does have resistance. So it doesn't do quite as much damage as you were hoping, but it does, in fact, do some damage. And you can see small shards of ice sort of collect on sort of the extremities, break off, leaving some gnarly looking flesh underneath. All right, that brings us to Crow, who is going to force this front one to make a wisdom saving throw as well. That is
Another
a
natural 20.
yeah. Unfortunately,
What the fuck, Raven?
I don't know, man. Roll 20's rolling for me, and it's rolling well. Dice, you're up.
Just kind of reel back with the sword and say, "All right, thought you would be later. Okay, let's go." And I swing at the demon.
All right,
Devil, whatever the fuck. I think it's a demon. 19
it's a demon. 19 will hit.
for 13 points of damage.
Yep,
And that's my turn.
that will do that damage. Okay, brings us to Nyx. What would you like to do?
Make elephant noises.
Okay, you can do that totally. You know what? I think that would be the first time they'd actually really notice you, considering they've been really focused on the front line. One of them seems rather confused by why the fuck there's an elephant in this fucking hallway, but beyond that, all right. So you are providing defense. That brings us to Saria, who I think she's going to, considering the situation. Yeah, I mean she can. Dice, actually, all of you here. Anger. Here. Okay. 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 And she clenches her fist. And you can see like her kind of like trying to get mad, trying to hulk up for a second. And this sort of greenish, almost brackish energy coalesces around her fist. And she punches out. And as she does, all that anger and fear sort of turns to terror for a second. As she does this and is looking at her hand, she is going to, at this one, attempt a disintegrate.
Oh my
save
god.
to hit. What's the damage? 1d 20 plus 9.
Nope.
No, but she does have that one trait. Okay, she gets a second roll. No, okay. It slams into the wall behind him, decimating the wall, clearing up in the process, also clearing up that bit of the wall.
Is disintegrate aimed, or is it just a point?
Oh, is it?
Pretty
Or
sure
is it a
it's just a
save?
point. It's a save. Yeah, it's a save.
Oh, my bad. I'm a fucking idiot. I keep thinking that's.
Although, if you want, those are more than the save, or dex save, rather. So, I mean, there's two
Yeah,
rolls.
it's true. How about this? What I'll do is I'll consider that 10, right, as the first roll. I'm gonna take the leftmost roll on this one as for its advantage because it does have advantage. Still not enough.
Still okay. Nice.
So, goddamn, that's 73 points of fucking force damage. It is not dead, but you see one of its pincers ripped off. The lower arm heavily damaged after this. Also, let's see where Soria is. Nyx, you would see this the best. You watch the form of Soria shimmer for a second and then recoalesce.
You see 3 heads of dice look back to the Dragonborn, and each of them says their own version of "Good job, awesome, amazing." And then the fourth one says "Focus," and they'll snap back to the demon.
All right, I dig it. That does bring us to the Glabrezo. It is now missing one of its pincers, but it will make an attack with the thing that actually hit it, which would be dice. 1 pincer attack on you.
All right,
That's an 11.
that'll miss.
No. And then 2 fists on Gad.
Ow.
Crit.
That'll
And
crit.
that's it.
Shield again.
Okay, so that'll get everything but the crit. You take
12.
13 or 12 points of damage. Sorry, yeah. Miss Gad.
Ouch. I'm at. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yep. Brings us to the second Glabrezo.
Has it beat AC 27? Please don't.
Yep. So first off, I would like. Yeah, let me actually fucking do this the right way. It'd be great. Name. There we go. Here we go. Somebody roll me a D6.
I got it. 2.
Okay. So this will be on Gad. You are number 2 on the list. I would like you to make me.
Don't say intelligence.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. This is each. That's my bad. 10 foot. So that'll be. Never mind. That will be Arira, Soria, Crow, Lucian, Gad, and Dice all need to make me a wisdom saving throw.
16.
19.
16 just makes. All right. Meanwhile, I guess.
3 PC, do good.
Yeah. Let's hope. Nope. That's Soria. All right, that's Arira. And that is okay. So everybody but Saria makes it. You see Saria looking around. All of a sudden, very like before it was just not much confidence, but at least sort of going with the group. Now it's trying, almost looking like they're mystified as to where they are or what the hell is actually going on. Interesting. Okay. And it's that turn. Gad, you're up.
Cool. I will. God damn it. Fucking point at this asshole right here, and then cast Guiding Bolt. At
Okay. At this one?
yeah, at second level.
Okay, this will be at disadvantage.
With,
You are within melee.
oh, motherfucker.
So an 11 will not hit, unfortunately. Confined spaces, man. They make this a lot harder. Lucian, you're up.
Okay.
I have a
Plus,
plus
there's something
8.
else you want to do.
No, that's it. Wow, I'm.
Yeah, sometimes you low roll. Lucian.
Mm. Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Ooh, very nice. Okay, so that is a total of 33 points of damage.
It is a demon. Mine.
Yep, unfortunately, it does half. Seen. But that hits, and you can see after the swing from Temur, the ice blast you did earlier, this firebolt, and that huge disintegrate from earlier, that Glabrazo is certainly starting to look beat up. Wouldn't call it quite rough yet, but pretty close. Little rough, maybe. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
All right, that will bring us to Crow, who is going to attempt to force this one actually to make a wisdom save this time. Please work. Fuck. 1 over. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it was worth a try. This is really what Crow can do. Dice, you're up.
All right. I go in with Temura again.
All right.
It's kind of all right. Second verse, same as the first, and there are 4 swings with the sword from the illusory duplicates. That's a 24. I believe that hits
Yep.
for another 14 points of damage.
Yep. That will hit. That will do quite a bit of damage.
Just gonna look at the one with its arm chopped off and say, "You know, I think you're kind of slacking on your duties a little bit. And there, I thought you were a challenge."
All right. I believe that brings us to Nyx. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do, Dice.
Who is looking the worst right now? Imagine Gad. So
Yeah.
let's give you a 3rd level healing word.
Oh, thank you.
Alright.
It's a bonus action. So
Nice.
12 hit points. That's a
Yep.
crit saved you from, at least for the fists.
Yep.
That's good. Brings me back past half.
All right, Nyx, anything you'd like to do?
More elephant noises.
Yeah.
Elephant noises again?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Brings us to Saria, who needs to start here. Okay, Saria is looking around mystified. You see in her eyes like almost like the first time you met her. This time anyway. She doesn't seem to recognize any of you or anything. That ends her turn, unfortunately. That brings us to Glabrazo. So this will be considering Dice just made that attack. This is going to be a pincer attack at you, Dice.
All right.
Say 15
Miss.
to hit. Okay. This would be 2 fist
Wait a minute.
attack.
So, 15. Tamer doesn't up my AC or anything.
No.
All right, so that is actually a hit, but I need to roll a d20.
Yep.
The Galabra Zoo doesn't have true sight, right?
It does,
Oh.
actually.
Oh, so never mind. That hits.
Okay. You are
Sorry.
considered grappled. No, it's fair. And that is 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Unfortunately, only has one pincer at this point, which makes grabbing two people and slamming them together really, really difficult to do. Let's see, but it can do that, and then it will. I want to do it that way.
I want it that way.
He will. Seeing. Okay. Lucian, I'd like a wisdom save from you. Damn. It was worth a try. Okay. So that's the end of his turn. Second Glabrezu is going to make 2 attacks with his pincers at you, Gad.
Okay.
1.
Ow.
27 to hit. So it will be 11 bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
There's the second one. I don't believe that one hits.
Nope.
It will follow up with 2 more fists at you. 2 17s.
Nope.
Okay. That brings us to you, Gad. You are currently grappled. Not restrained, but grappled. Or
Okay. In that case, I will just fucking attempt to attack it with
or sorry, not stunned, but
fuck it. Yeah, I'll attempt to attack it with my Warhammer Forge
Alright.
thing.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
24 will hit.
So there's
Which one are you attacking?
the
again?
one that's grappling me.
Okay.
It's one-handed, so there's that, and then I also need to do where the hell is my Divine Strike? That's 8 fire damage on top.
Okay.
And that's about all I can do. Wait, no. I will cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay.
at second level. Right behind, right here. I'll just put it like right here. Between these two, if there's room.
We can make it work one way or another. Let's use. Sure.
I assume that doesn't hit.
Hold on. Yeah. Alt, not. All right, there you go.
That's a weirdly shaped anvil, but I'll work with what I can get.
I don't have the 14 does not hit. No. All right.
Well, it's in play now.
Anything else?
Nope.
Lucian? Go ahead, Lucian. What do you got? Come on. 19 chill touch, necrotic damage. And I'm guessing it's on this guy here.
Yes.
All right. I believe 19 hits.
Good.
That
Sure.
is, yeah, no, that is 9 necrotic damage, and you can see sort of the wounds, the pre-existing wounds, including the newest one from Tamer, all of a sudden begin to fester and sort of peel back as the skin itself desiccates a bit. It's not a pretty sight, and it's now what is normally just the smell of blood and gore turns into the smell of like rotting flesh, if it wasn't already. All right, anything else?
Nope.
All right, that brings us to Crow, who in this case will make a try for that one for a wisdom save.
Ugh.
God, fuck. All right.
I mean, they do have a +7,
That
so
would have
it's...
been really, really fucking fun, but no. All right, Dice, you're up.
Tema, you're disappointing me, and I'd swing with him again.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, disadvantage. Not a crit, but that is 23.
Wait, grapple doesn't mean disadvantage on attacks, does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
Does it? Restrained?
Yeah, okay, so are we grappled or restrained?
We're grappled.
Grappled.
Okay, so look that up. But if not, then that technically the 27 was first.
Yes. Well, let me. I'm opening my thingy up right now.
There's the player's handbook.
A grapple creature speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated.
Yep.
Well, let's see if we can
Nothing
pause
about
that then, because that
attacks.
was not.
There's no disadvantage on attacks.
No,
The condition
restrained
also
is
ends-
disadvantage. But I said you're grappled, not restrained.
Yep. All right. Cool. So that is Let's see. Yes.
Yep.
Woohoo!
41.
All
So
right.
it's
So
natural
as you stab into this thing, you sort of, as it's got you in its pincers and it starts to bring you towards it, you reach out with Temur, stab in underneath the sternum, pretty much center of mass. And as you do, the blade itself begins to like hum and vibrate a bit in your hand as this sort of blue aura around it emanates and pushes into the creature itself. As it does, you don't move the blade at all. You just sort of hold it there. But this aura goes up and down, sort of widening out in this large arc of bluish light as the Glabrazo itself bifurcates and falls in two pieces onto the ground, and you are freed from the grapple.
Just kind of
That is a
hold the sword up and say, "You couldn't have done that, Alia."
no.
Nyx, charge! And I point to the big, now open space.
Yep, the Glabrazo at that point sort of falls and turns to ash, which is slowly pushed away down the hallway. So I'm going to move him off screen because
You're
it is
doing that
just
on
now a
purpose,
giant.
aren't
No, that's just kind of how things work in this area, unfortunately for them. But that brings us to Nyx. It's your turn.
Remember, you can move through friendly creature space.
Yep.
I can't. All I see are circles right now, but they just look like big old like footprints to me, not like people. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, you can move to
Well,
here.
well, I mean, you said I was restricted and stuff by the
You're
space,
squeezing
right?
through here, but I will say for the purposes of this, you can make an athletics or acrobatics check to get through there. It's not going to be ridiculously hard, but I mean it's annoying more than anything else.
Okay, sorry if I kill somebody. All right. Next question: can I charge and still make it around the corner to hit that dude?
Yes, if it is within the distance of your charge, you can do it. So you have to have charged a certain distance. So if it is the distance that you needed to charge where you stop, then yes, it will count.
Yeah, I need 20 feet at least.
All right, there you go.
So
So
okay.
yes, that would work.
Okay, so what do I need to make here?
Athletics or acrobatics. So basically, dex or strength.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Okay, 20 is enough. You managed to sort of force your way through. Everybody, the entire party sort of has to flatten themselves against the wall or go underneath you as you're sort of beginning this charge and starting to trample down the hallway. But yes, you make it down to here. And what would you like to do?
I will then attempt to gore it
All
with
right.
a gore attack.
All right. 19 will hit.
Oof.
Oh, it hits?
Yeah, 19 hits.
Then that bitch is prone.
Is it? I believe it's a
Automatically, or is it save?
Let's see. And it hits it with a gore attack on the same turn. That target is prone.
strength.
All right.
Target is prone. The elephant can make one stomp attack against the target as a bonus action.
All right, and I believe that's 22 damage. Sorry, I clicked it for you accidentally.
No worries.
So that'll
You've
be
been rolling pretty
22.
well, anyways.
Yeah.
And then
All
stop
right,
attack.
so now you stop attack.
Oof.
Oh!
All right, what do you got? You just click
Where-
stomp.
I
In
did.
chat.
Oh, really?
In the chat bar, yeah. There you go.
Oh,
Ooh, ouch.
oh dear lord.
34.
34, yeah.
All right. Okay, so you charge down the hallway. The party sort of jumps out of your way as best they can as this giant fucking elephant Nyx runs down the hall, this sort of crazed look in her eyes. Comes around, sort of swings around, skidding to a sort of a stop, but using the momentum that you have built up to swing your tusks out underneath its legs, drop it onto the ground, and as it falls, it gets hurt a bit, and then you rear up on your hind legs, smashing your front two legs down onto its chest, and you can hear like bones crack and sickening snaps of tendons and muscles underneath as this thing sort of retches out. Fucking hurting like a motherfucker. Hey, I like making weird noises. But I believe that's the end of your turn.
That'll do.
Okay, well, this is going to be interesting now. Okay. Actually, at the end of that turn, I need to do a save here. Probably going to be fine. Yeah, going to be fine. Okay, so that means, okay. Nasaria is again somewhat incapacitated. That brings us to the Glabrezu that's dead. Glabrezu that's not dead, who will use half its movement to stand up. It will look at you, Nyx, and you're going to take all of this. So,
Bye, Nyx. It's nice on you.
well, we'll find out.
The elephant, anyways. Nyx is probably fine, but the elephant
Yeah.
might not.
So, first attack, second attack. It
Yep.
can't grapple you, but it can hit you. So that will be 32 points of bludgeoning damage, followed by the second two attacks, 24 and 11.
24 makes.
Okay, and a further 8. So 40 points of damage total. As this thing just starts basically boxing with you. Just throwing out punches, throwing up a guard here and there, and jabbing as best it can. At this point, you can also start to see, and for the rest of you, it's a little hard to see with Nyx kind of pretty much in the way at this point. Nyx, you can start to see sort of this red smoke coming off of the body. The wounds, not so much closing up, but like the blood not stops flowing out of them so much. That brings us to Gad.
Well, I'll just get this out of the way real quick. Spiritual weapon.
Okay. 15 will not hit.
All right.
Unfortunately. I'm just going to move it over here so it's not blocking stuff.
Yep.
I figure that's fine.
And I guess I will. Fucking firebolt it.
All right.
Wait, no. Yeah, that's the only thing that reliably can hit. Nope, still no. Wow.
Unfortunately, it doesn't hit. All right. Lucian?
Is it difficult? Is it quote unquote difficult terrain to move through an enemy, or is I just can't move through an
No,
enemy?
you can't move through an enemy. They will block your passage into there.
Got it.
Space.
How
Okay.
good a view do I have on him?
I would say it's half cover right now with Nyx and it in the corner. It's going to
Okay.
be.
You can move
equivalent of
through-
about half cover.
Like you're
Yes, I know.
Yeah, you can
You
move
can-
into somebody's space to make an attack, but
Gonna move over to this square,
all right.
and let's try again.
Chill touch 16. I believe that. Oh no, it does not hit. Unfortunately, it just misses.
Okay. And then
It was worth a
step back
try.
in.
All
Yep.
right. Crow will attempt to make this thing make another wisdom save. God damn it, please work. God! I really wanted this to work. It would have been
Sure
really
you did.
fun. Dice, you're up.
There's a point where you give up on the attempted charm, because they
I-
have advantage against magic and all that.
It's not
But
so much a charm.
well, still.
All right, Dice, you're up.
Dominate
Yep,
creature would be nice.
Let's see. It would, but I don't think she has 8 of those, so it's probably not that at this point.
No.
Okay. Let's see.
It's not exactly a spell. It's an ability.
We are gonna see. We're a bit out of range for Temur, unless I want to throw Temur. I look over at Temur and say, "How good are you at being thrown?"
You can walk into my space and walk back out.
Yes, but walk back out is a problem.
No, it isn't.
What do you mean?
Is it?
Yeah, why would it not be?
Never mind. I'm dumb.
Okay.
It'd only be a problem if you were actually leaving his threat area.
I guess technically, yeah, I'm still in the starting there. I think I am, right? Am I?
We don't know.
Well, I guess I'll test it out. How good are you being thrown? Actually, never mind. And I'm gonna step into Gad's space,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna hit him with Temur.
Okay.
18. Does that hit?
18 will hit.
For 7 points of damage and walk back to my square.
Yeah, that's more than I've done in 3 turns.
All right. So normally this wouldn't be an issue, except the enrage. So you will get his first threat response, which is just a fist.
All right, still hits.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. It's not really so bad, but because he has 2 threat ranges, yeah, and because of the enrage.
All right.
That brings us to Nyx. Can't really go trampling here.
No, that was tempting though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll gore it.
Alright.
Give it a gore. See how it goes.
All right. 23 will hit.
Damn.
22 damage. Jesus Christ. All right. That fucking hurts. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that'll do it.
All right. Roll D10. Okay. Again. Not doing anything. Unfortunately. Sorry, it just still looks confused. Actually, you know what? I need to make a save first. Yeah. Made it just fine. Okay, brings us to this Glabrezu, who is going to punch Nyx in the face a couple times. 1, 2,
Rude. Yeah, they both hit.
9 and 18, respectively. Who cast the polymorph on Nyx, by the way?
Oh
Nyx.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Nyx.
did. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Sorry. Well, make 1 save for previous stuff. Just make me 3 saves, basically. 1 is going to be for whatever the last hit was.
And they're all 10, so
Yeah.
you're good.
Yep.
Also, it's con, not wisdom.
Yeah, it's con save. So 3 con saves. That's all I want. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, you should be fine. That solves that. All right, and then 2 punches. Fuck it. We'll send him 1 at Nyx, 1 at Gad. So Nyx is a 28. Gad is a 14.
I'm
6
good.
further damage to you. All right, and I need another con save from you, Nyx. Just have to beat a 10.
You have to roll not a 1.
Yep.
There's a 5%
Wait, hold on.
chance.
What? Were those attacks just then on me as well?
just
Yep.
one of them.
Just the one that I rolled because the other one missed Gad. So you take up
Okay,
further
then.
6 bludgeoning damage, and you need a DC 10 con save.
Okay. Well, I drop out of
Nope.
elephant form.
You should be good still.
Out
Right?
of HP.
Yeah.
Oh, HP. Okay.
Oh, okay. Then that's fine. All right, so Nyx is now Mini Nyx, and you are staring down the barrel of a very large, pissed off thing.
With a taw on your
Which-
back.
Yeah, there is a taw currently flattening you. Oh, well, we'll say he slid off to the side. He's sort of occupying this space.
I
However,
do appreciate though that the actual Nyx is now Mini Nyx, and the Mammoth Nyx is actual Nyx.
yeah. Yeah, also, this thing is enraged, so there will be a follow-up. 1 pincer at Nyx, 21 to hit.
Okie doke.
Be 21 bludgeoning damage, and you are currently considered grappled. 1
All right.
at Gad.
Nope.
Fuck. All right. Fist at Dice.
Oh, hold on. I want to do a
Nope.
mixed thing
Oh.
involved.
Hellish Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke. Or...
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Go ahead and roll. Or actually, it's a dex save, I believe, right?
Dex save on him, and then it's fire damage from Nyx.
That's not a make for sure. All right. Further 15, reduced to 7. Definitely starting to look kind of beat up on this Glabrezu. But okay, and then I need a, let's see, that's a fist to, that was to you, Dice. I don't think that hits.
Nope.
And a fist to Nick. I don't believe that hits.
That definitely doesn't hit.
So
That physically cannot hit, in fact.
that was lucky. That brings us to Gad.
Alright, here we go. Moving spiritual weapon up again. And swing better.
That'll hit.
Bop. Right on the
All
head.
right.
And
All right.
I will. This is. I don't feel great about that one, so I'm just gonna swing at it with the Warhammer again.
All right.
Cool.
21. That will hit.
For 4 damage, and then Divine Strike for 2 fire. Wow.
5 total there.
Yep. 6.
All right. Oh, 5 because resistant to fire. Sorry. But yes. Okay, it's starting to look pretty beat up. Lucian, you're up.
Doesn't it? Guessing.
15 does not hit, unfortunately. Crow's gonna. All right, it's gonna force a charisma save. Fuck.
Which he's even better at.
No, same as wisdom.
Oh, either way.
Yep, Dice, you're up.
All right. Hey, Temma, you're welcome. For this whole thing, killing demons and whatnot. Kill. And I swing sort of very nonchalantly with Tammer.
Okay.
16. I don't believe that hits.
That just misses,
All right.
unfortunately.
Never mind, you
Um,
suck.
Maybe a little extra chalant would be nice.
Yeah.
Nyx, you're up. You are currently grappled, but that does not mean restrained. So, what would you like
Oh
to
fuck!
do?
It's my turn already. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're rolling through pretty quick now. You fart in the general direction of the Glabrezu. Okay.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but okay. Wait, I can still cast, right? Even
Yep.
though I'm restrained. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, dear Lord.
fuck.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see. Intelligence save. Interesting.
Oh,
Does
son of a
make-
bitch.
Still
That
takes 5
is-
to 10 psychic damage, though.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll me 5d10. Jesus. All right.
Half,
That's
okay.
exactly average. Okay. As you do that, you can see this thing stagger a little bit. The grip on you loosens slightly, not enough to let you out exactly, but the pressure is relieved across your rib cage and stomach for a second, but you can see it stagger a bit. Now it's looking really fucking rough. Anything else you'd like to do?
Scream for my life.
I mean, you can do that. God damn. Sorry, it doesn't do shit. Okay, that brings.
Okay, so you said Aurora was going to act on my turn. Is she at least
Oh,
trying to hold
yeah.
her up or something?
So Saria is under the effect of a spell. Actually, I need to fucking do that. My bad.
Hmm?
I've been doing some things. 15. That will make 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. So basically, if it would be a 10 or less, I just almost don't count it. 'Cause it wouldn't happen. So that brings us to the Glabrazo. Yeah. Aurora can attempt to help Saria out, or has been, I guess, but not very helpful, unfortunately, right now. Actually, all right, I'm gonna try something. No. Okay. Sorry, I did not mean to click that, but that's what you're getting, Nyx. So
Wait, what? What the fuck did I do?
You heard it pretty bad.
yep. Pincer to you. 17 to hit.
Yeah, I'll use shield.
Okay. Okay. Who did that last one? Yeah, no, that was next with mental prison. So second one, nope. 2 fists, 25, and a 15. So I believe 25 hits.
Yep.
Even with shield, so that'll be 8 bludgeoning damage. That was a
Okay.
good shield. All right. It is still enraged, so it will do its second pincer attack on dice, as you are the one that hit it. So I believe that will hit for 18
I haven't hit
bludgeoning
it for
damage.
shit the last round, but all right. 18 damage.
Yeah, but I think you actually did hit it, didn't you?
No,
Uh,
that's what the
Yeah.
That was Gad. All right, that's fine. This will be on Nyx because it can't actually.
I think that shield covers it.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2. Gad.
Nope.
18. All right, and 1, 2. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Nyx. 19.
That will hit.
That will be a further 8 bludgeoning damage. All right, that brings us to Gad. It's your turn.
All right. Spiritual weapon bop again. Oh
Alright.
god, no.
Nope.
And
Fine.
I will fucking goddamn. I will attempt to reach up and touch this fucker in the chest with second level inflict wounds
23 will hit.
for 22 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah. So, how would you like to do this? Because that was exactly the number you needed. I mean, it was exactly 22 that you needed.
Oh, thank God. I would just like to reach out with my my weapon hand, grab it by the chest, cast a spell, and attempt to push it into the ground as it's dying.
Okay, so this thing has Dice and Nyx, each in one of its pincers, has lifted them off the ground, is struggling for breath, and you sort of clasp your holy symbol for just a second, step forward, put your hand out, and sort of touch its its sternum essentially. As you do, you send this shockwave of energy straight through it, and in so doing, it flails for a second, and then starting at the tips of its claws, turns to dust as you sort of push it. And you don't push it hard, but with the power of the spell behind it, it rocks back as if pushed by a huge wind. And as it does, turns to dust in the air and sort of slowly drifts down the hall. It does not. Thankfully, you got like Dice and Nyx weren't up high enough to take any falling damage or anything. But yeah, you guys are fine. And all of a sudden, Saria seems to snap back into reality. Oop, there goes gravity.
God damn it.
Fuck you. Also,
I
with that Elver, I just kind of look back to everyone else, including Soria, and just say, all right, good job. Love your work. Just if you could do a little more of it, that would be great. All right, moving on. Let's go.
All right.
And the dice is gonna keep on going. He's gonna call Crow and Orira to his sides, as they are the two. Well, one of them knows where the exit is. The other one can probably identify it. So let's get going ASAP.
Anybody
Nyx
looking
will just
super rough?
fucking. She'll just wipe blood all off her. She's fucking covered in this shit. She will just start wiping it off, and then, yeah, I guess.
All right, you run forward, and you can see about 100 foot down the hallway directly in front of you as you sort of turn the corner. You can see a large double door, sort of a set of double doors. But just as you're around the corner, you can see a small alcove room. Although to call it that would be almost not fair. I mean, it's just a cutout in the hallway, not even a room. It's sort of like where a cell would be if there were any bars. It's just a space. In that space, you can see several pieces of sort of half-eaten meat of likely humanoid origin. You can see several little trinkets, small bits of gold and platinum sort of strewn across the floor, maybe old belongings of whatever was eaten here before. But you can also see hanging on the wall a set of what appear to be 6 or 7 keys, large keys like before.
All right.
Swiping
First
all
off-
of them.
Yep. Let have grab, swipe the keys, and I'm gonna detect magic as we pass by, just in
Okay.
case.
This whole place has like a faint sort of magical enchantment about it. It's not too crazy. It's sort of a structural thing. It seems to be sort of a reinforcement for the stone itself. But nothing overtly magical about too much of this. No.
Okay, let's keep going. I just say back as we are running along. All right. Anybody know what that might be? I just point to the 2 double doors ahead. Do they have any insignias on them? Any writing? Any...
There are from this distance, it's a little bit difficult to tell. But as you get closer and closer, there are several more of these alcoves, although none of them seem to be filled with anything or anyone along the hallway. But as you get to the doors, there are in fact insignias. There are on one door is a statue, or sorry, an engraving of a spider, and on the other a bull's head.
I just kind of throw the 2 doors open.
Okay, which door do you push open first?
Spider.
Okay. As you do so, you are now in a somewhat familiar place. A small room. Well, relatively small room, that is. You didn't use the key, correct?
Nope.
All right, so you are in a small, somewhat familiar room with sort of an antechamber, for lack of a better term. There are a couple of seats. There's scrawling across the walls. There are 2 doors. One, another set of large double doors with somewhat similar insignia, although the doors are open. And you can see a large pool looking basin further down into the room that those doors go into.
And there's no magic on the doors, right? That I can see.
On the doors themselves, no.
Okay.
No.
Anywhere around? Just know that I have detect magic up.
Yes, understood. No, the doors do not seem to have magic directly to them. Not exactly, anyway.
What does that mean? I have.
Right. I'm all right. When you looked at the door, it did not have any magical thing that you could detect. When you opened the door, there was a flash of magic at that exact moment, as if a spell
Alright.
was triggered then. However, I was trying to sort thoughts because I'm digging through notes and it's very, 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 very annoying. When it opened, you saw a flash of magic at that point. It seems that whatever enchantment was behind metal of some kind that might have masked whatever it was. At that point, yes, there was a bit of magic once you opened the door.
All right.
The room that you go into once you go through the door, however, is very magical, which is what I was trying to get to as well.
Do we see him still in this room, or does he just
Yeah.
pop?
No,
Okay.
he's there. It's just a doorway. Like it just looks like a doorway, and you can walk through it in either direction. It's not a problem. On the far side, you can see a similar, you can see a similar door to the one you're looking through. So you're in one room, very ornate, lots of scrolling, lots of text and drow and abyssal. There are two doors, one to the right, one to the left. The left door looks down on a large pool with a couple of statues. The finer details are lost on you at this distance. It's about 150, 200 feet away. It's a very large room. There appears to be a similar door on the opposite side of that further room. There's a dim light in there that allows you to see this. Meanwhile,
All right.
to your right, there is a similar chamber to one that you have already been with a large pedestal with a sort of skylight-ish thing casting a sort of purple light, almost casting darkness is almost what it looks like, down upon this sort of altar / pedestal, very reminiscent of the one that you found that had apparently been used to implant Arira with whatever the hell she was carrying with her.
I look back at Crow as we go through here and say, "You said you felt an exit down here? Is that still there, or are we out of luck?"
Crow. Roll here. Plus. Okay. You all get in your head sort of a feeling of as Crow crosses into the room, they point down towards the lower room with the large pool, and
Mhm.
slightly to the left to an area of the room you can see it continues on either side of the door. You just can't see past that door as it's a little ways away. Slightly to the left there, and you get the feeling that in that general direction there appears to be more creatures, and it seems like that may be a way out, but this is new. This is a new place other than where they were taken.
Hold on, and I grab Crow's arm and drag her out of the room, as well as
Okay.
everyone who might have stepped in. Close the door to the spider and kick open the
Mhm.
demon door.
Okay. You enter into a different room, different iconography. In this case, a lot of it is actually in Infernal, if anybody can read that. Can't, then disregard. And then you can also see a fair amount of. Does anybody here, in this case, read Orcish? Other than Ta? I don't think so.
No.
So, whatever. All right. But yeah, so as you're looking over this is a bunch of sort of bull iconography. And to the right, in this case, you can see a large pool a little ways away and a door on the far side, seeming to mirror the one that you're in. And to the left, you can see instead of a large pedestal so there are two rooms. and the leftmost one, instead of like a pedestal, the one that you'd seen sort of to the left, presumably, this has a large set of spikes, sort of all pointed inward to a center pedestal. 3 or 4 of the spikes have been leaned back away, and they sort of create a cone when all sort of pushed together towards a what looks like a small pedestal for a central figure to be tied to potentially. The only reason you could guess that is the various bits of viscera on the floor underneath it.
I immediately close that door and say to the rest of the party, thought it might get better, it got worse. Okay, this one. And I can open the lock door again. Or actually,
I would like to inspect the keys at this point and see if there's any
Okay.
images on them. Or iconography.
Okay. There are some of them are ornate and some of them are more plain. There are some I don't know that it's iconography, but it's more various states of fanciness, for lack of a better way to put it.
Huh.
Yeah, you have 6 keys here. One of them very plain, sort of a rusty iron affair. You have 2 that appear to be each brass and silver with very similar sort of flowy designs. You have 1 made of pewter with that looks like it's just been banged up all over the place, very damaged. You have another that is golden, has a large sort of purple gem inset, it's almost like a sphere, inset into the key handle itself. And the last one appears to be made out of obsidian.
Would I know roughly which of these races of fiends, celestials, like drow or whatever, would like to use which sort of material normally? Just as like from a
Make
blacksmithing
me-
standpoint.
Okay. Make me just a straight history check. That'll work. What I'm thinking. All right. Traditionally, iron is used by everyone and is usually used in any place that has, jail cell or it's pretty ubiquitous. That's not going to tell you much. The silver and brass keys do look like they may be of elven design, at least of one kind or another. Exactly what kind of elf, you're not entirely sure. Obsidian is used by many creatures in the Underdark. Gold is used by all the rich people. And pewter is usually used by those people who can't afford iron. So if you had to guess by the elves, obsidian or one of the 2 elven design keys. So that narrows it down a bit, I guess.
Okay, pewter, iron, silver, and what?
All right, so there's 1 obsidian,
Okay, have that.
1 pewter.
Yep.
1 iron.
Yep.
1 silver. 1 gold. 1 fucking brass. I guess is what we'll call this. I think I called it bronze earlier. We'll go with brass. It's shiny. Also because I misread it. But regardless, that's beside the point. And the silver and brass keys are fucking elven design. Like they have elven inscriptions. Very, very nice, very elegant looking keys.
Well, if I were to guess, then pewter and iron would probably lead us back to the cells or the arena area, and silver and brass will lead us to, I don't know, more open area, maybe a household, and the obsidian one I would really rather not use. It's a common material for denizens of the Underdark. Which one should we choose out of? Like, I'll hold them all out. I'll hold the silver, gold, and brass one out. Which ones should we use?
Yes.
I don't know which one to choose, but all I know is that I can do this one more time, and I'm done. And she'll turn into an elephant and go pick up Ta.
Okay. Should we go back out, close the door, and try to put the key through the lock and see what happens?
Try that.
Okay.
Sorry, come again?
Planning on walking back out the door, closing it, and then using the keys to see where it takes us. We
I
did
have no
see
better
keyholes on the door, right? Before.
There's one large keyhole.
Okay.
I have no better ideas. Whatever one you think goes with that one. I think we might be paying my family a visit. Hopefully the good one. Maybe the bad one. We'll see. And I just point at the one with the spider on it.
Do you want to go to that one?
Yes, that's what. Yes.
I will hand him the obsidian key.
I take it, put it in the keyhole, turn it, kick open the door.
Okay. As you kick open the door, the heat hits you immediately. This sort of hot, sweltering, dry heat of lava and general volcanism. As that happens, you see a black glass room. It appears to be entirely obsidian. A small bit of light from rivulets of still cooling lava flowing down the side of the wall to your right hand side. This room appears to have a singular statue to your left. It appears to be a large, black, entirely made of obsidian, but well crafted, like perfectly put together. About 30-foot in diameter spider.
Okay.
It's very dimly lit. There is a door directly across from you, and it too appears to be obsidian.
I just kind of open the door, take a look, spit through the door, and then close the door.
Okay.
Any other ideas?
I will try the brass key.
Okay. Scrolling. All right. So you close the door, grab the next key in line, and reopen it. You are you just kicking it open this time, or are you...
I'm just opening it normally.
Okay. You open it. You can see you are standing. Sorry. You are standing in what appears to be some kind of throne room. It's not one you've ever seen before. It's not super ornate like the some of the throne rooms that you've seen, like the one here in Luthadel, or say the one for King Tyrus in Dragon's Mouth. But it seems to have strange little contraptions strewn about the place. How would I describe?
Does
It
the
looks like...
architecture remind me of a specific race's way of building?
Sure. Give me... You know what? I'm not even going to make you do that. Yeah, it appears vaguely dwarven.
Oh.
It looks old. It looks cluttered. There are various bits of blacksmithing, weapons, some coinage, sort of in piles, along with what looks like old armor. Several of the the metal pieces are still there, but like the leather has essentially rotted away on most
So
of this
nobody's
stuff.
been here for a while.
It seems that way, although from the door out, down an open hallway, it's a smaller hallway, outside of this room, you can see that a path has been cleared. Sort of a footpath, not really large enough for more than, say, somebody like your size or Ta's size to walk. And even that would be sort of carefully, as these sort of mounds of stuff have sort of fallen back into the path a little bit. But there is sort of a small footpath that has been used much more recently than the dust would indicate anything else in this room has been used relatively recently.
Look back to Aurora and ask, Aunt Diori, is this your handiwork or somebody else's?
Uh, Not mine. Although some of this could fetch a nice price.
Craftsmanship does seem quite well made.
Do you happen to recognize who might have done it? Did you ever take on a pupil? Did anybody happen to catch your eye who might be able to do something like this?
I need to walk in and check if there's a maker's mark, but
Not you, but perhaps. This is all
Yeah.
just looking at it. Does any of it look arcane? As a question. Also,
Make me
detect
an
magic.
investigation. Oh, detect magic. So looking around, is a faint glow from a few of the piles. They're relatively weak enchantments. However, I'm gonna stretch it a little bit, but say the throne area. All this stuff is sort of piled up along this sort of raised pedestal with a throne on it. That seems fairly magical. A lot of the weapons and armor, the stuff that's been faring a little bit better, some of them seem to have a sort of magical vibe to them, for lack of a better term. But they're not super strong enchantments as far as you can tell, but some of it is magical, yeah.
Well, it appears as though this place is free of demons, is the best chance of getting something to get us out of here, and might potentially have something that could, help out, my friend. I just kind of gesture back to Ta, who's currently slumped on the ground. Likely being carried by, Gad or Lucian or somebody.
oh, Nyx currently.
Nyx as an
Nyx.
elephant.
She is not. Did she recast it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we found our stop then.
I head on in, and I immediately go up and sit in the throne.
Okay. What's everybody else doing? I
wanna
will get
make
to you
sure-
in just a second, Thunder.
I
Sorry.
will make sure everybody gets in first. Take the key out from the lock, keep it on my person, and then close the door.
Okay. You close the door, and as you do, the door itself closes and then almost reforms to better fit what the chamber looks like. This sort of beautiful mason work of the inside of this throne room. Old though it may be, and certainly in disrepair, it's not been maintained in, it must be hundreds of years, as far as you can tell.
This
But
could
the
be
door goes from this sort of ornate, gold and sort of platinum inlay door of a spider into what looks like a well-made, well-appointed, mostly stone door with a less intricate carving on it.
Very
of
dwarven.
A large hammer striking an anvil.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Dice, you quickly sort of scamper up to the throne.
Yep.
And sit down.
Hop over the armrest, cross my legs, lean back. Hey, Aurora, do you think it fits me?
You hear sort of a slight in pain but slight laugh as all of a sudden your mind fills with images. This isn't an assault. on your mind you, but it's almost like looking at through the eyes of whoever once sat here, and you see dwarves, many warriors who took up arms to defend this place at one point. And from what you can tell, the vague emotions that kind of come across through this site, it wasn't so much for like a last stand sort of thing. This was, we're here
A Hail
to
Mary,
defend.
almost.
Not even that. It's, we're here because no one else will be. We're here because we must be, and we're here forever.
All right.
You watch through these eyes as what must be lifetimes for the human folk, and even for the dwarf folk, and perhaps even for an elf go by. And sometimes children wake up, or sorry, are brought up in the society and take on the mantles of their fathers and mothers. But still, this individual sits on the throne, watching over whatever is here. And something comes across that whatever is here is important. But slowly the dwarves who had come to defend this place begin to die off. Less children are born until it's just whatever this being is. And then the memory, or those sort of visions, fade out. It does not feel like this thing has like died in this chair, and there's no evidence of that or anything like that, but it's odd. You get the feeling that somewhere in this place there is something that was meant to be defended, and a great many lives had sworn themselves to doing so.
It's kind of as this happens, you see Dice kind of lean forward, jerk himself forward, his eyes flashing all these different colors. The memories go through his head. Just leans back again after it's all over. Okay, this definitely fits me.
What are
Hello,
you
friends.
doing? This is like moments after I've closed the door.
Would you care for a little revenge? I just said to nobody.
Well, there's no response or anything from the throne, if you were looking for that.
He's lost his
Okay.
mind.
Well, I'll be sure to get some anyways, although I might have to use that little thing that you were talking about. I apologize if that's a faux pas, but honestly, I think this place has been put through the ringer enough.
Elephant Nix would like to smack Dice.
Can she reach? It's a really high throne, if as I recall.
She's an elephant.
It's about 10 feet up on a pedestal,
mind.
and then another 10 feet up from that.
Okay.
You're about
So-
20 foot in the air from the basic floor, but could walk up on the pedestal. That being said, it'd be really obvious that Nyx was on her way over, because, well, the rest of you don't really have too much trouble sort of walking through the large mounds of weapons and armor, and various bits of detritus and rotted leather, and even things like pottery and rope, long routed rope. The elephant is still having to wade through this stuff, essentially. So you'd have a bit of warning. But yes, Nyx, you can go up there and attempt to, just give Lucian a love tap. Or not Lucian, give Dice a love tap if need be.
All right. After that's done, Dice is just gonna hop off the chair and say, "All right, well, if you're there, then hope you don't mind." and I'm gonna start looking for stuff. Although it is also 6:30, so let's
Mhm.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No,
Oh.
we were gonna. This was gonna be the wrap up point.
What? It past your bedtime?
No, but I've got shit to do with my life.
Busty said, never mind, it's not as fun anymore. Yeah,
All right.
so fucking this time next week, I should hopefully be back in time, but if I'm not, I will let you guys know.
I might not be because we
Alright.
have a busy weekend next week.
All right.
But-
Well, keep me posted.
All right.
No worries either way. I'm not entirely sure, but how?
But before we go, I would like to ritually cast Guiding Hand,
I don't
and
think we have time for that.
just have it just ask for it to point in the direction of Thunderforge.
Fucking spell.
Guiding Hand isn't a spell.
Oh, is it just a thing?
That's not an actual spell. That's one of your other compendium spells that you got.
And it
Guiding bolt, guidance. It's the only ones that I see with guidance.
this was the one of the magic initiate spells I
I don't know
Swapped out
how
for-
you did that, but that's not an actual spell. So
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
it's Unearthed Arcana.
I don't think it is. Where'd you
So-
find it?
It is a first level spell for available to
Yes.
bards. It's in Unearthed Arcana
Unearthed-
starter spells.
Wonder if that one's in there. Let's see.
Here.
I gotcha. Huh. All right. Well, it's not on my spells list, which is weird. But
Hold on. I think I found where it might be.
yeah, I think.
I had posted a link
Yes,
to it.
so it's yeah, it is a UA spell, and it has a lot of the beta versions of some actual spells that exist now.
Yeah.
It's not
All
an
right.
official spell, but it was technically theorized and then dropped.
Ah,
Yeah. Well, how about this? I will I will go ahead and end it here, and we'll pick up with that next time.
Sounds good. All right.
okay.
See
I'll
ya.
figure out how guiding hand works. Sorry, that threw me off a bit, but yeah, take it easy, y'all.
Yep, take it easy. And for everybody who's watching, thanks for sticking around. I don't know why you're still here.
Yeah,
This will be put up on YouTube later, and I guess we'll see y'all on the flip side.